Hello friends, welcome to Free Chess Videos for All. Today we are going to look into the Caro-Kann defense from black. So the game starts with e4, c6. So this is called Caro-Kann defense. Now there are few moves available for white, but today we'll look into the d4 move. So d5. Now white can go to knight c3 or knight d2. D takes e4, knight takes e4. So if the knight goes to c3 from b1 and then the pawn takes the e4 pawn, then also we will end up in the same position. So now knight f6. So you can play bishop f5 also here, but I just want you to show the knight f6 move. So now knight cross f6, e takes f6. We'll look into the bishop f5 move in some other video. So now if white develops the knight, you can play the c8 bishop to f8 before white develops the f1 bishop to d3. So here white can go to bishop d3, you take the bishop, queen takes bishop, now bishop d6. So if you look closely, if you play bishop d6 instead of bishop f5, in that case white can develop the bishop into d3, and then you have to think about your c8 bishop, where to develop it. So it's better you develop the c8 bishop before f8 bishop, right? So here white can go for short castle, or white can play c3, or white can play bishop d2. So today we'll look into the bishop d2 move. Now black can castle. Here also white can go for short castle or long castle. So suppose white goes for long castle. Now black can play queen d7. So what's the point of this queen d7 move? First is to stop the g4 move, and the second objective is if black pushes the c6 pawn into c5, then black can bring the d7 queen into a4 and attack the a2 pawn. Okay, so these are the main two objectives here. So suppose white goes for rook hg1. White can go for king b1 also here. So today we'll look into the rook hg1 move. So c5 from black, d takes c5, bishop takes c5. Now bishop e3, bishop takes e3, queen takes e3. Now your d7 queen is attacked. So queen c7. So what's the point of queen c7? Because black wants to develop the knight at c6. Okay, or you can develop it in d7 also, but it's a better to develop the knight into c6. Okay, now okay, white can push the g4 pawn, knight c6. Now g5, black can place the a8 rook to e8, and white can place the e3 queen to c3. Now if you look closely, we have just started the middle game, right? So I just want you to prepare or practice up to this queen c3 move. Now you have to analyze here, because it is almost a equal position. Black has 6 pawns, white has 6 pawns, 2 rooks and 1 knight and 1 queen each. So here the only disadvantage for black is the f file, because we have a double pawn here. The e file is open, the d file is open. So if white brings the h2 pawn to h4, then the g5 square would be more solid. Okay, again for black needs to move the a or b pawn towards the king for white. So it is almost a equal position. So I just want you to see or analyze up to this what are the possibilities and how to play. So let's go back to the till 11th move. rook h g1. So instead of c5, there is another interesting move here, that is a5. Because if you look closely, we have castled in the opposite direction. So the main objective is to push the pawn towards the king. So it's the objective for black would be to push the a, b or c pawns towards the white king, and for white it would be to push the g or h file pawn towards the black king. So it's a common strategy when we castle in the opposite direction. So now a5, white pushes g4. Now knight a6. So what's the point of knight a6? We want to come to b4 square and attack this queen and attack this pawn, right? So to stop that, a3. Now b5, white pushes g5. Now it wouldn't be a good move to take the g5 pawn with your f6 pawn, so it's better you push it, right? Now rook h e1, because white wants to control the e file. Now b4, knight e5, so this queen is attacked. Bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, b takes a3, queen takes a3. Now rook can take the a5, sorry, it's black move. So queen takes d4, rook takes a5. Now this knight is under attack, so queen b6. Now bishop e3, and we can go to queen b7. Now white can play rook d6. So again we have to analyze up to here. So for white, the only disadvantage is the position of the king, because the d file and the a file, it's open, we don't have any pawns there. And advantage would be for white is that both the rooks are active, bishop is developed, queen is developed, and black is under pressure, because the in a file you can see the knight, it is under attack. And again, if white pushes the h pawn, then he can plan to push it further. So these are the possibilities for white. For black, the king is safe as of now, and the position of black is a bit cramped because he can't move away the a rook. It has to be there because the knight is there. So the next move, if knight moves to c7, then rook needs to take the a8 rook, and then the f8 rook would come to a8. So it would be a good position for black in that case. So you have to look it closely, the position. You can analyze it using any engine or any computer. So I just want you to prepare up to this, and I just want you to know how to play the earlier moves. So okay, let's go back to the 11th move, rook h g1. So here we have seen the c5 move and a5 move. Again, there is another possibility. If black pushes the c5 move, white may not take the pawn, right? So white can play g4 straight away. So as discussed earlier, queen comes to a4, king b1, now c4, the queen is attacked. So queen can go to e4, we can again attack the queen because this rook is protected with this queen. So queen d5, attack the bishop. So bishop goes to f5, right? Okay, now there are few possibilities here. White can push the g4 pawn to g5. Now it wouldn't be a good move to take it, because rook or knight might come to g5, so it would be a dangerous position. So it's better you develop the knight to d7, because if pawn takes f6, that knight takes f6 and this queen would be attacked, right? Okay, Now white can play h4 or white can play b3. Okay, b3 is a good move to kick the knight. Sorry, queen. Queen can come to c6. So queen takes c6, pawn takes c6. Right? Yeah. So rook d e1, f takes g5, rook takes e8, rook takes e8, rook takes g5, and this rook can come to e2 and bishop e3. So again this rook is under a sort of trap because king c1, king d1, then this rook is in danger. So to stop that, you can bring your knight to b6, then d5, and then c3. This way you can save the rook. So you analyze up to this and like prepare it up to this. I'll bring some other Caro-Kann defense videos for you all so that we can look into different possibilities when we play the knight f6 move at fourth move. So please like and share the videos and please subscribe the channel, and I'll see you soon with some other Caro-Kann videos. So till then, see ya.